God, I love making these videos. What's up, fellas? Welcome back to another video. Guys, we're going to be talking about how to manage your time as an ambitious man, some time management mastery. Now, as I always do, fellas, I wrote down 5 key points here to make sure that we touch upon everything. And I truly believe that this video will help you guys. We have a lot of ambitious men that watch me, and overall, a lot of guys that have ambition that are in this space, in the male self-improvement space. And what I often find, not only in my personal life, in my clients' lives, but just people that are in this space, guys that want to get better, that perhaps are even doing a lot of work, but to no avail. So that being said, fellas, let's get right into this video. Now, the first thing is going to be prioritizing your key movers, right? Meaning prioritizing your most important tasks. I've spoken about this a lot in my content of mitigating decision fatigue, right? You're going to want to allocate, certain things and delegate certain things that are, to put it frank, not worth your time. Now, here's the issue I find, right? Because though I talk to mostly the entrepreneur, I have a lot of guys that work corporate, or just like guys that perhaps they can't afford to purchase a meal plan service, or they can't afford to hire a chef or a maid or whatever. So this is what I say, right? Because I'm a practical man. You still have to figure out how to mitigate you spending more time and energy on things that really you can automate. So for example, I was on an onboarding call with a client this Sunday, and this gentleman right here, he works at an auto shop like 40 hours a week, but he also has a car detailing business, right? So he wants to scale the car detailing business, but he told me he hadn't been uploading enough content. And so I was like, okay, so you have a lot going on right now. You're hustling, you're burning the candle out on like both ends. Like, he wants to grow the business to eventually do that full time. He's in the gym 4 days a week. I'm like, bro, ultimately the business is what's gonna give you that freedom. And he said, but Dud, I don't have the time. I'm like, well, you're on this one-on-one onboarding, call right now, which is gonna take an hour. So it's not about you not having the time. It's about where are you allocating your attention and your time, right? You have the time. Everybody has the same 68 hours a week. So what I recommended he did was pick a day where he can batch film content. And so we decided that on Sunday evenings, he has some time to sit down and batch film the content, do the voiceovers, and then schedule it so that the posts are, posting throughout the week. And this way he can streamline that process while he's still working his 40-hour job and slowly scaling up the business, right? Now, to put this in another context, let's talk about food, right? Guys told me that they don't have the money to purchase a meal plan service or a chef. Okay, well, what you can do, and what I used to do and sometimes still do, is on Sunday, I would just cook for the week, right? I would just meal prep, and I'll cook like 20 meals for the week, so where during the week, I don't have to think about it, right? Or I'll have my girl cook for the week, to where I get up, I do my routine, I go to the gym, I come home, right? Food's right there. I don't have to worry about it, right? Because what you guys are gonna notice, a lot of ambitious men, I used to have all this drive in the world, right? Especially like in my late teens, early 20s, you have all this drive in the world. And so you're looking up how to drop ship, and you're looking up Amazon FBA, and you're looking up trading, and you're looking up different ways to get money and things to do, right? I believe we all go through that phase until you figure out what kind of business model you really want to adopt and sink your teeth in and start to scale. But what happens is you're putting so much energy in your business, right? And now you have to stop and think about cooking and doing this, and then your mom calls you at 1:14 p.m. on a Tuesday, right? Like my mom does, and I'm like, Mom, like, it just takes a lot of energy. So anything that you can delegate, like food, like any little small decisions, you want to only focus on the key drivers, right? Now, for all of my entrepreneurs, like for example, for me, right? Thank God I have an operations manager. I have a, editor for my short form content, things of that nature. And my team enables me to focus on the visionary aspects of the business. It allows me to focus on content, which is what I love doing, and coaching our guys, and then coming up with different ideas, things of that nature. Whereas before, I was filming the content, doing everything myself, like manually checking on clients, doing the coaching calls, doing all of the numbers, looking at spread, like doing so many things that I was burnt out. So the reason why you guys want to focus on the key movers, maybe it's just the job, the fitness, and then after you get off of work, focusing on your business. Boom. That's it, right? And then somewhere in there, obviously, you have family, you have God, whatever you believe in, but you want to mitigate, oh man, I gotta pick this shirt out for tomorrow. No, just do that the day before. What I do is I have my clothes sitting out the day before. So when I get up, I don't have to think about it. It's streamlined. When I like every day, I have my clothes just sitting there in the bathroom. So when I come home from the gym, my clothes are already sitting down on the counter. So I shower and my clothes are there. I don't have to think. Everything is automated, right? And so this is what you want to do that's really going to help you push the needle and get further in your life is focusing on those priority tasks. And number two is going to be set boundaries and protect your time, limit your access to other people. Now, I made a video talking about being ruthless with your time. This is what I mean when I say being ruthless with your time. Fellas, to get to where you say you want to get to, everybody that watches me wants to be great. You want to be abnormal. You're going to have to be ruthless with your time. You see, me, it's very hard to get access to me now. I used to give my time freely to people, right? And people wouldn't value that. And then I would give myself to my family and people. And at the end of the day, I felt empty because I was giving out so much of myself and my attention. And then I wasn't getting the task that I needed to get done. The truth is, currently right now, right? Let's in a week's time, I got invited to 2 events, right? With family. And I'm not saying that you have to miss out on family events, but you will. You will miss out on certain events. You will miss some birthdays. You will miss some social gatherings. I'm not saying that you have to miss all, but you need to focus. When you're building something, when you're in these years of building as a man, it's isolating. Life is going to isolate you. You're going to be alone for extended periods of time, right? Because as you're growing your business, you're growing yourself. And your business is a representation of you. This is why we focus so much on the mindset and the character development. And the truth is, the sooner you understand this, you're not going to worry about the parties, right? Which I'm talking to an older crowd. The majority of my audience is in their mid 20s, late 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. So, I don't have to talk to you guys about parties, but I know that we have some younger guys that watch me too. But just in terms of the engagements, right? Listen, go have your fun, go enjoy your life, right? We're going to get into that. But the truth is, you're going to have to focus your attention on what you're building as a man. Because the truth is, at the end of the day, your back is against the wall. Nobody can come save you as a man. And if you don't put yourself in position to be free, I'll say this again. If you do not put yourself in position to be free as a man, where the fuck are all those people that are inviting you out to the events gonna be when you need $10,000? Right? When you need 2K, who is realistically gonna be there for you? So you have to make sure that you're straight before anything else. And this means sacrifice. You're gonna have to sacrifice gatherings. Fucking dog, bro. And number three, this is my personal favorite, which I've spoken to you guys about before, but perhaps I have to get more in depth, right? Use productivity tools and calendars. Now, gentlemen, I've told you before, I'm loyal to my calendar. My calendar tells me what I'm doing every single day at the hour I get up, and my calendar is going off ding. Meditation, the ding. Gym, okay. Team meeting at 9:30, okay. Film content, okay. This onboarding, this call, this, that. I even have down to 7:15. I know it like the back of my hands. Call my parents, right? Call my parents. A man has to be able to master all of these different facets of his life, relationship, right? Health, business, wealth, what I'm saying, spiritual wise. And the way that I manage all of these different complexities is my calendar. If something is not in my calendar, there's not too much flexibility. Even though I'm in charge of my days, right? Because I run my own business, I'm very much strict on my calendar for the most part, right? But here's the thing, you're gonna have to be strict on the calendar. A man that wakes up that doesn't know what he's doing, that doesn't know where he's going, is lost. The reason why you guys are dispersing all of this energy, you have the ambition, you're watching all of these motivational videos, you're charged up, right? You're angry at the world. You know you're a titan. You know you have so much to offer the marketplace. You know you can be, do, and become more than you are right now, but you're not there yet, and you're frustrated and you feel stuck and you feel anxious because every day that goes by, you feel like you're falling backwards. You feel like you're stuck. And your biggest fear is never becoming the man that you knew that you could become. And here's why. I know you so well. I know I just described you to the T because I know who I talk to, right? But furthermore, the thing is, you're gonna have to get systems. And one of those systems is having a calendar. One of the things that I do with everybody that works with me, I'm like, look, you're gonna have to get a Google Calendar because you're not gonna miss a call. Because if you miss a call, I'm not gonna say if you miss a call, I'm gonna kick you out, right? Because everyone's busy. But what I'm saying is you guys have to know and be controlled on top of your hours, right? You have to know where your daily inputs are going. And so I always talk to you guys about how business, life, and relationships are all similar because it really is about the daily inputs, right? For example, like that guy that said, I just don't have the time. You do have the time. You're just not prioritizing certain things. That's the God's honest truth. And so once you have a calendar that can show you where your attention is slipping, what are you spending? Are you spending 7 minutes every hour on Hinge or Bumble? Are you spending 15 minutes scrolling on Instagram in between your job or workout sets, whatever? Having a calendar really lets you know, okay, where is my attention? Where is my attention going? And when you have these systems set in place to thing, 12:30, I gotta do this, 3:30, 4:30, boom, 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 you become so much more efficient. And by proxy, you become so much more free. Surprise, gentlemen. The more disciplined you become as a man, the more freedom you have. That's the God's honest truth. I will be honest with you. I used to think, damn, I don't want to live by my calendar and have something to do every single hour and, be like a robot. No, I was thinking like a juvenile. The truth is, the more disciplined I got in my personal life, in my relationships, in my business, with my spiritual life, the more freedom I obtained as a man. I've never been more free in my life, and it's all because discipline. I get what I have to do. I serve myself. I serve the people that, I love, the people that, ultimately I work with. And because of that, I have a certain degree of freedom. And once you can get these systems, calendars, productivity tools and softwares, maybe it's even a note, right? You just start to write notes and journal your thoughts of how you thought this day, what did you get done, right? A daily checklist. You'll find that you start to really pinpoint the exact areas of your life that you need to improve. But if you're just an ambitious man and you go to work and you have a lunch break and it's just watching memes and you're not utilizing certain pockets of time to really go all in on yourself, you're going to wind up like that ambitious man that had all the drive in the world but never got to really manifest what he could have. And that's agony and that's pain. Now, number 4, the fourth way to manage your time as an ambitious man is to schedule breaks. Now, the interesting thing is in this culture, in this hustle culture, in this Gary V, and not to throw out any specific names, but I'm just saying, in this hustle culture, you have to work hard and you have to do this, you have to do that. It's not spoken about how to, schedule breaks properly. Now, I told you guys, I go on a date once a week or twice. It depends on the week, right? I allow myself to see a woman that I'm dating, once or twice a week and to get that release. Why is that? It's because I understand myself and my nature as a man. I have high testosterone. I'm still a, horny man, right? I have desires, I have needs. And if I'm just working, 24/7 on the business and then my own personal work, learning languages, studying finance and just history, I'm always studying something. I'm always working on pulling back into myself. If I'm putting in all this work and I don't get that sexual release, I'm being candid. I am prone to scrolling on a site or something and just getting it that way, right? And so here's the thing, right? I've spoken about this before. This is a different take that I haven't heard before. Now, I am not inherently against watching certain websites. However, I do not believe it is healthy for you. And I do not believe that you should have an addiction to them, which most people do. I'm not for watching certain websites. I understand some guys that are in certain seasons where they're in a dry spell and they might please themselves. I understand that, being candid. However, I recommend that you guys go on at least a date a week so that you can get that natural release from the embrace of a real woman. That's more healthy, that's more natural as opposed to pleasing yourself from a screen. Now, somebody might be saying, well, Dud, okay, but the thing is, I have a hard time getting women. That's the main reason I'm even watching your channel. Okay, that's fine. We have guys that join modern day Renaissance men that come because they're struggling with the relationship sector, because they're struggling with dating. And what I always recommend those gentlemen do is, first and foremost, we have to do an audit of your life and see What areas can you work on? Maybe it's your style. Maybe it's how you present yourself. Maybe it's your self-sabotage and your limiting beliefs. When you approach a woman, they can feel that discrepancy, that there's a lack of congruency, and it comes off as creepish, right? Now, this is just what I would do with a client that I'm working. We would have to get internal and see, okay, what's your style? How do you talk, right? Because you got to talk on the calls each week, right? How do you present yourself? And then we have to start doing this deep work to alleviate the paradigm of you not getting boxed, essentially, right? So it's all of these things that we have to do, right? But I recommend that you guys take a break. Now, this could be going on a date with women like me. This could be hanging out with friends. I also like to enjoy hanging out with friends, smoking cigars, shooting guns, basketball, just chilling, having a good time, right? Now, I recommend that you schedule in these breaks, guys, because you're a human being and you need to recharge. Sometimes I take off 2 days in a row just to sit down and ponder because I'm about to be burnt out. And I say, let me just detach from everything and just think. And this serves me greatly. And I come back to work and I'm recharged, I'm energized. So I would say schedule breaks. If you're an ambitious man, you got your business, you're working in corporate, you're burning the candle on both ends. Maybe you have a family already, right? Maybe you have certain obligations. Maybe you work 70 hours, 80 hours, right? Maybe you're working yourself to the bone. It's okay to take a break, my brother. One of the things ambitious men struggle with, I know I did, was if I take a break, I feel guilty, like, oh, I should be doing something. No, we can't feel like that. It's natural. You're in human form. Sometimes, guys, it's not the fact that you're not working hard enough. It's that you're working too hard. Let me tell you something. A lot of these really successful entrepreneurs aren't only successful because they worked hard. It's because now they work smarter. Now they have systems that alleviate and eradicate certain decision fatigue, things that they have to tend to. It's more streamlined. So once you get these systems streamlined in your business, in your personal life, how you manage your relationships and manage all sectors of your life, you can take breaks and not feel guilty because the productivity is still there, if not increasing. That's the truth. That's the real game. The fifth way, gentlemen, to manage your time as an ambitious man is to review and to adjust. Now, I like to review my life weekly and quarterly. I like to sit down, I write down my goals for each quarter on things that I expect to do, right? And I review them. I take time to ponder. You gentlemen always hear me talking about taking the adequate time to ponder, right? And you need to be able to sit down and evaluate yourself. Now, something that I like to practice is sitting down in silence for 30 to 60 minutes and simply observing my thoughts with no judgment. Now, when one is able to observe his thoughts for an hour without judgment, you can truly see what's on your subconscious mind. Certain thoughts will come up. You're thinking about finances. You're thinking about your parents dying, which is a fear. You're thinking about yourself. Maybe you're not as healthy as you would like to be. Maybe you have a shoulder injury that makes you feel a little bit weaker as a man because you can't protect yourself due to that injury. Ooh, we talking about it, fellas. We talking about little things that people don't talk about, but men feel this. Oh, am I adequate enough? My knee hurts. I don't feel like a man. Can I protect myself? I need to get the knee healthy. I need to do this, but fuck, I can't afford a coach. I can't afford somebody to help me. So let me try to do it myself. And you're thinking about all these things, fellas. And this is what your subconscious mind is. You're thinking about lack. You're thinking about being injured, right? So what is your reality going to bring you when you're thinking about this? It's going to bring you more of that lack. It's going to bring you more of that pain. It's going to bring you more of that uncertainty. It's going to bring you more of that void. So this manifests in business, absolutely. This manifests in your relationships. This manifests in every area of your life. And so this is why you need to review and adjust your life. You get these systems to give you order. But as you're getting more ordered, you're going to come across pain points in your life that you're going to be forced to face. Now, when a man sits down and ponders to face those things, you're going to have to make a decision. Am I going to work through these things or am I not? Well, I can assure you this, the man that has the successful business and successful company, the successful family, the man that can manage all of these different complexities, he takes the time to ponder. He takes the time to work on himself. The best version of you takes the time to work on your mind. Your mind is at the zenith and apex of everything. You can try to go scale the business. You can try to go get the girl. You can try to go get the money. My brother, you can try and do everything. But until you address the mental blockages, you will not see anything. You won't see the fruits, or at least they won't be sustainable. Okay. So the fifth way to, manage your time as a man is to take that time to review and adjust accordingly and iterate your life as you see fit. I'm constantly iterating and saying, okay, cool. This isn't working for me. That isn't working for me. Let me try this. Let me try this. And then you find a solution. And this is where that confidence comes from. Do you know why, gentlemen? Because you're now congruent. You are a problem solver for yourself. You're able to effectively lead yourself, which then means you're able to effectively lead others, your organization, your marriage, your family, whatever. And this is when you get into a masculine flow state, which I've spoken about a couple of months ago. And so, gentlemen, this is how you manage your time as an ambitious man.
I used to work the day away. I figured I could maybe pave a way. No, it's niggas that count the days till I fade away. But you know I always find my way to turn a bad look in the field to something solid.